This one's from Pro Football Network. AFC North predictions for 2024. They have the Bengals going 14-3, which I don't think anybody's going 14-3 in the AFC North, but I digress. Ravens 10-7, Browns 10-7, Steelers 6-11. Cincinnati, behind a healthier Joe Burrow, shatters franchise record for regular season wins. Per the predictor, Baltimore trails the Bengals at 10-7, and Cleveland misses the playoff cut while Pittsburgh endures its first ever losing season in the Mike Tomlin era. Projected playoff picture, they have the Bengals, the top seed, Dolphins 2, Texans 3, Chiefs 4, Colts 5, Bills at 11-6, and the Ravens winning the tiebreaker with the Browns at 10-7. I don't know if the Bengals are going to get out of the AFC North with only 3 losses. That division, the AFC North is that good. I don't think you can expect any of those teams to win 12 games.
Yeah, I mean, if you win 12 games if you're an AFC North team this year, I mean, that's an incredible accomplishment because all these teams also have to go through the AFC East. They all got to play Kansas City this coming season. So obviously, there's so many challenges that every team in the division is going to have to face this season. And I mean, what we've seen in the AFC North, we saw all 4 teams have a winning record last season. That's never happened in the history of the NFL. If any of these teams can get a winning record in the AFC North because of just how tight these games are, how tight these teams are, how close they are in terms of talent, if anybody can have a 4-2 record or somehow even 5-1, that's an absolutely outstanding accomplishment. Just because, again, the Ravens were the best team in the AFC last year. The Bengals have been to the Super Bowl in recent years. And the Steelers, they may have the lowest ceiling of all 4 teams, but any particular game, they're one of those teams you do not want any part of because the way they play, they can kind of drag you down in the mud. And when they do that and they can hit those high splash plays, that's how they can win those games. It'll be interesting to see what happens at quarterback and how Russell Wilson or Justin Fields plays this season. So it's going to be obviously tough to win this division, and whoever does, will have come out of quite the battle to do so.
Yeah, and they won 9 games last year, 10 games last year, with Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph as their starting quarterbacks. So don't tell me it's a down. I'd take Russell Wilson or Justin Fields over either of those 2 guys, as would most of the NFL, because where are they at?
Right. I'm going to have this up on cleveland.com for Wednesday morning as I continue talking about the Browns opponents they have with Russell Wilson. Yeah, he was much better last season in Denver. Maybe I'm a little skeptical just because, Denver was going to eat $85 million of dead cap over the next 2 seasons to let Russell Wilson walk in free agency and go to the Steelers. Now, certainly he could be very good, and he'll certainly be in a situation in Pittsburgh where he won't be asked to do as much because of that elite defense on the other side, because he should have a much better offensive line in Pittsburgh, because he has Jalen Warren and George Pickens to work with on offense. And he could still certainly be vintage Russ, especially in those clutch situations that I talked about that Pittsburgh always seems to thrive in over the last few years under Mike Tomlin. Like I said, they could certainly be in the playoffs. I don't know, just because, Russell Wilson is getting older and we still don't quite know how good Justin Fields is. That's the only reason I have real hesitation in saying that the Steelers, have a ceiling more than just a wild card team who can maybe steal a playoff game on the road.
Yeah.